For a long time, Boeing was a company people trusted without question. The saying, "If it ain't Boeing, I ain't going," showed how much confidence pilots and passengers had in their planes. But now, Boeing is dealing with a lot of problems, including accidents and technical issues. They've had a big fall from grace. These issues aren't just on Earth but have now extended into space. On 5th June, NASA sent astronauts Sunita Williams and Barry Wilmore to the International Space Station, ISS, on Boeing's Starliner spacecraft. This was supposed to be a simple test mission to see if the Starliner could safely carry people to and from space. The mission was planned to last about 8 days, but over 3 weeks later, Williams and Wilmore are still in space. So, what's keeping them there, and why is Boeing having so much trouble in space? Here's what happened. Number 1. Pre-launch issues. Before the Starliner launched, a small helium leak was found. Engineers thought it wouldn't affect the mission, so they went ahead with the launch. Number 2. Problems in space. During the journey to the ISS, 4 more helium leaks appeared. Helium is essential because it helps move fuel to the engines, thrusters, that control the spacecraft's direction and speed. Additionally, 5 thrusters stopped working during the trip. The last, number 3. Return delays. NASA has postponed the Starliner's return to Earth 3 times. The first delay was on 9th June to give more time for departure planning. The second was on 18th June to do a detailed check on the helium leaks and thruster issues. The third delay was on 21st June, and this time, NASA didn't give a specific return date. They hinted that the astronauts might not return until after 2nd July. Boeing's Starliner has a history of delays and technical problems. Even before this mission, the spacecraft faced many setbacks. For example, it missed several scheduled launch dates, and astronauts had to leave the rocket just minutes before liftoff multiple times. Boeing's dream of venturing into space has been full of delays. In 2014, NASA contracted Boeing to build a spacecraft, giving them a $5 billion grant. Despite this, Boeing had to spend an additional $1.5 billion from its funds to complete the Starliner. The Starliner was unveiled in 2019 and had its first uncrewed test flight to the ISS. Unfortunately, it failed to reach the station due to a software glitch, and NASA's review showed that it nearly ended in disaster. After years of delays and fixes, the Starliner finally had a successful uncrewed test flight in 2022. Boeing aimed to have its first mission with astronauts in early 2023, but more issues in the capsule caused further delays. These problems have worsened Boeing's reputation. Boeing Aerospace, the company behind famous aircraft like the 737 MAX and the 787 Dreamliner, has faced scrutiny for various accidents and manufacturing issues. Even though Boeing's space program is a different unit, both have faced significant challenges. Boeing's delays have also put pressure on NASA. In 2011, NASA retired its space shuttle program to reduce costs and promote commercial space travel. In 2014, NASA contracted private companies to build commercial spacecraft, awarding the first contracts to Boeing and SpaceX. While Boeing's Starliner has faced many issues, SpaceX has successfully launched astronauts for NASA multiple times using their Dragon capsule. As for Sunita Williams and Barry Wilmore, NASA and Boeing have ensured they aren't stranded in space and are making decisions based on data. The Starliner can stay docked at the ISS for up to 45 days or 72 days using backup systems. NASA is closely monitoring the situation and running simulations to ensure safety. If the Starliner can't bring the crew back safely, SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft is ready as a backup. While Sunita Williams and Barry Wilmore will eventually return to Earth, the issues with the Starliner raise serious questions about Boeing's ability to handle space missions. This latest project, plagued with leaks, glitches, and delays, highlights deep-rooted troubles at Boeing. For NASA, the big question is whether to certify Boeing's Starliner for future crewed missions. We'll have to wait to see how this situation unfolds and what it means for Boeing's role in space travel.